Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Trading with Ashley show. We have so much to celebrate. Bitcoin hitting $100,000 last night was so very exciting. I know that me and my community members, we were celebrating virtually together and we were having a lot of fun. But one thing I wanted to do was focus this particular video on how to trade Bitcoin without trading Bitcoin. And so most of you are aware that I sell options for a living, but swing trading is a huge part of building a small account or building a larger account. I do set aside money for strategies like swing trading. And I love it because it's a quick pop in your portfolio. And I always tell my members, they want to know, when do I take profit? And I say, see profit, take profit when you're swing trading. And a lot of the instruments for Bitcoin, to trade Bitcoin, that follow Bitcoin, they are meant for swing trading. And so these are plays that are meant to get in and out of quickly. And so I am going to take you through what some of the various options are and the benefits to that particular ETF. And I'm going to show you how to select the correct entry for these swing trades. So this video will be a little bit different, but if you've got the time to swing trade and you enjoy being able to take profit quickly, I think you're going to really like this. And like I said, this can flex to small, medium, or large accounts because you just adjust your position size based on what you're comfortable with trading. And for those of you that actually are interested in crypto itself and you want to learn how to buy Bitcoin, you want to learn how to buy things like Solana or Sui or some of those other cryptos, I am going to be hosting my fourth crypto boot camp, and I will actually hands-on for 2 hours. We are going to focus on how to select the right entries and exits for all these coins. And the part that I love so much about what I'm going to teach you is you can set these particular buys and sells up while you sleep if you know exactly what to do. And I have so many tips and tricks to share with you. Others that have attended the boot camps, they found it so valuable because they are able to make money around the clock. And so if you're interested in that, I am going to be hosting my very next crypto boot camp live. It is going to be on Friday the 13th. I look at it as lucky Friday the 13th. And I have the link below for you to sign up to be a part of that. Let's go take a look at the various ways to trade Bitcoin's movement with some ETFs. And I hope you can use this to make money for yourself in the coming days. One of the first things we need to do, since all of what I'm going to share with you is based on the price movement of Bitcoin, let's take a look at Bitcoin. And this is how you'll know it's the right timing to get in. So if you look at Bitcoin, it sits right now at 101,000. It had dipped down this afternoon as low as 98,000. And what you want to do is, just like with regular stocks, you want to make sure that it's at a level of support before you go and either buy Bitcoin itself or before you go and buy something that is tracking the movement of Bitcoin, as in the ETFs. Now, because this is swing trading, I'm looking at the 5-day chart. You can adjust this accordingly. If you are planning to stay in this position for longer than a few days, then you may want to look at the 1-month chart or even the 6-month if you're going to stay in it for longer than that. But when you look at this, you can see we are at the bottom of our Bollinger Band. So we're at a really good point to deploy some of these strategies right now. Now look at our RSI for the 5-day price movement. We are at 39 on the RSI. So we are getting into the area where we are oversold, and this might be really good timing. You would not want to purchase these different stocks that I'm about to share with you when we're up here at the top of the band. That's when you are going to want to take profit. And it's really important because you're going to be a bag holder if you end up buying up here. It could keep running higher, but more than likely it'll pull back. And another telltale sign is if this is close to 70 or above 70 on the RSI, then look for a potential pullback as well. Now, if you switch down here to the 1-month chart, you can see it does change the dynamics. And so now we're looking at 67 on the RSI. So we're close up there in the 70 range. So if I'm going to take a longer term position, I would definitely want to consider just holding off until Bitcoin pulls back even further, if it is going to pull back even further. But we are sitting at a level of support. So even scenario that you're looking at, you do have a level of support right here at this 20-day moving average. And so that's at about the 95,000. So you could maybe put a buy order down here for some of the stocks or ETFs I'm about to share with you, and then you can enjoy riding it up. So there's different ways to look at this, and it has more to do with the time frame, has more to do with how long you plan on staying in these plays. But typically when I do swing trading, I really do like to do quick in and out, because then I don't have to worry about it. And Bitcoin does some interesting things over the weekend. And so you would like to potentially be out of these plays without having to go through the weekend. But I do notice that it seems to want to pump on Sunday evening. So if you feel stuck in a play, a lot of times you can just wait till Monday and you can dig yourself out of a situation that's a little bit scary for you. All right, now that you know entries and exits, let's go take a look at all the different things you can trade and how they actually compare to Bitcoin. To get started, I like going to Google Finance. They have this great little comparison tool, and you can take a look at how a stock compares to another. So right now, I'm looking at Bitcoin, and it's showing that 98,000. The first one I want to compare it to is IBIT. It's ticker symbol IBIT. And the reason I like IBIT, I have noticed it is really close to the movement of Bitcoin. It works really hard to try to stay lockstep with Bitcoin. If you go to the 6-month chart, you can see it even better, and you can see that it really does follow it. It tries to stay very true to it. There's no leverage dynamic on this, so you're getting similar price movement. Look right here, you can see 38.82% was Bitcoin. Looking at the 6-month chart and looking at IBIT, it is 38.68. So if you just want in its purest form to track Bitcoin movement, this might be a great candidate for you to swing trade. Next, I am going to compare ticker symbol BITO. The reason BITO is more popular with some people that want to invest in Bitcoin is it pays a great dividend. The dividend is annualized about 55%. However, that comes with a price. Look at this. It actually trades underneath the action of Bitcoin. And you can see right here, if you're looking at the 6-month chart, Bitcoin has risen 38%. And this instrument has fallen down by 5%. Now, you can't discount all the dividends that you've been paid, but those will typically not make up for the loss that you're seeing in the ETF itself, because there's heavy management fees as well. So that's something to consider. If you are a dividend player and you like these leverage dynamics for dividends and high dividend paying ETFs, this one might be one to consider, but just know you're not going to get the price movement in this stock that closely matches Bitcoin. In fact, it underperforms Bitcoin at this point. If you look at year to date, it does get a little bit better. Look, Bitcoin is up 123%. However, it's only up 16%. But when you add the dividend to it, it may not be a bad deal. And if you go to the 1-month chart, you can see it's actually a little bit closer at that point because we've had some explosive movement here lately, 43% compared to 36%. So that's something to consider for those of you that like dividends. Next, I'm going to take you to MSTR. A lot of you are familiar with that. I've spoken about MSTR quite a bit. And you can see here, it likes to follow Bitcoin's movement. However, there are times when it separates from Bitcoin's movement. And these are the times it's actually more dangerous to trade, because when it gets far away from Bitcoin's movement, then you can expect it to pull back. This is the best scenario to trade it in when it's either right there with Bitcoin or right under. And so we've seen it pull away quite a bit here recently. Let's go look at a tighter time frame. Looking at the 1-month chart, you can see here where Bitcoin's gone up 42% and it has outperformed it, going up 69%. So let's take it one step further and look at MSTX. It's the super leverage dynamic with Bitcoin because it actually tracks, it outperforms MicroStrategy, but it can fall twice as hard as well. So I want you to be aware of that. But when you put it all together, it definitely tracks MicroStrategy almost to the T. But when you look right here at Bitcoin, it is like MicroStrategy separates at times. So this one, you want to be ultra cautious and only purchase it when Bitcoin is at what is considered strong levels of support, because it will fall twice as fast, and you want to make sure you're entering at the lowest possible point so that you can enjoy the ride up but not have the significant risk on the ride down. Let's take a look at an actual 2-time leveraged Bitcoin ETF. This is BITU, and it is supposed to be double the movement of Bitcoin itself. And so you can see it tries, it doesn't always have the exact movement, but it looks pretty close. And the further out you go, you can see times when it has spiked above it, and then you see when it's pulled below it. And with these leveraged ETFs that try to mimic 2 times the movement, it's not an exact science. They're using different derivatives and different instruments to try to match it. But just be aware of that. You won't always see the double movement. And so that could actually put you more at risk because you might not have the double movement on the upside, but you might have more significant drawdown than the 2 times on the pullback. So again, with these leverage dynamics, when you're going 2 times, and if you ever go 3 times, make sure you're at a strong level of support before you buy the ETF so that you are not left having something super high that then you don't know exactly how to handle it. The other thing to consider is putting stop losses on these or putting trailing stop losses on these, especially once they start to appreciate. And then if you put your stop loss or trailing stop loss somewhere above, if it starts running, let's say it runs 10%, which is not unlikely. I mean, these things can run quick. If that's the case, maybe put a 5% trailing stop loss on it. And if it pulls back 5%, it'll kick you out, and at least you'll be 5% to the greater good. I hope you found this helpful. I would love to hear your comments in the comment section. Let me know if you like different strategies like this, kind of mixing it up a bit, not just option trading. If you enjoy learning something like this, and then I'll continue to try to find different ways for you to make money. Remember, if you were trading with Ashley, there is no trader left behind. And I did another great video talking about ETFs and how to choose your entries and exits with leveraged ETFs. It's helped a lot of traders. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that for you right here.